Next week is going to be the last episode for about, I don't know, 3 months. And here's the reason why. Both my front indicators have quit, but that's not the problem. Season 3 is not going to plan. No. Shit. I have done literally 50 takes on this and I can't seem to get it straight. And it gets so convolutedly complicated that I lose track of the entire story myself. And this has a 5-minute recording limit, and I'm gonna make the most out of it. I started this channel on a phone. But after about episode 20 or so, it became very apparent that it's no longer a suitable camera to do this with. And at that point, I also tried to increase the production quality as much as I can. With that, the goal for this channel, from being purely my documentary outlet for my car adventures, shifted to what it still is today. I want this channel, all this work that I put in, all these skills I learn, to ultimately enable me to have these kind of adventures, to finance all my stupid ideas. I'm not looking for a gift. I'm very much willing to put in endless hours to achieve it, but there has to be some return to it. But in order for that goal to even come within reach, and I'm nowhere close, I have to finish what I started. Season 1 had the Range Rover, built it, road tripped it, lived in it, did a tour of it, fine. Season 2 had the Porsche, built the Porsche, did the trip, did a tour, went great. Season 3, after a 2-year break, was a lot more challenging. Like, the trip that ultimately took place went through 4, 5, 6 different iterations before it even came to fruition. The car was previously built, but kind of sort of not, and I'd never really showcased it, but it also wasn't as spectacular as the previous ones. So that brings us to the end of the road trip and the problems with season 3. I want a finale. I want to end the season on a bang, like to produce something that I'm really proud of. And my schedule was perfect. Literally, my schedule was nigh on perfect, up until the point where one of my suppliers took 4 to 5 times longer than he usually takes to replate my hardware. You know, nuts, bolts, fasteners, all the shiny, yellow, golden stuff. Without that, there was no chance of rebuilding the engine in time that I have sitting over there for quite a while now. And in combination with a gearbox issue that then popped up, the schedule was like there was no chance. And that wouldn't have been a problem if the 924 isn't my only car. It is my true daily driver, day in, day out. And what I didn't want is to perfect all the components that were still left original on the car and then have everything basically brand new and have to drive it in the winter. Like, there's no point in doing that. It's just, you're just killing all that work you just put in for no reason whatsoever. So I thought, okay, well, we reschedule the season. I'm going to get a daily driver, and then I'm going to figure it out. Maybe I'm just going to rebuild the engine, put it in, do a bit this and that in between. I started the UNCUT series for that very reason, and I got that. As I've previously explained, it's getting tight. As I've previously explained, it was the least sensible 205 to buy. And one more case of me completely underestimating how much can actually go wrong and how much it can ruin your schedule. Every project I do, I get better at this, but every project I do is different and more complicated. So in the end, I never really win. What I have done is I have yet again maneuvered myself into a corner, because with every time I rescheduled, I had to change my finale, I had to change my plan, I had to change what I wanted to achieve. And as the tasks got more and more on the Peugeot, the realistic chance of registering it and actually driving it on the road basically vanished. After that, having it finished to the degree that I wanted it to have done vanished. And now, ultimately, it's not even driving at all. I mean, I did drive it, but that basically doesn't count. The conclusion, and the reason I am even telling you this, is there are a couple of thousand of you actually watching this. And I don't want to be the guy who disappears again, not saying anything. But the channel hasn't come as far as I, might have liked it to. And I have to pick up the camera for someone else rather than myself, and have to be out of the shop. Plus, I don't even know what is wrong with this, and whatever it is, it's not, a half-hour fix. Sorry. In full-on television terms, I have to make a mid-season finale in order for the production delays to catch up to the release schedule. When in reality, I am all of those